Welcome back to our episode. Ryan and Kevin here with Chaos MMA, and today we have on Fernie Garcia, who fights at UFC 274. Fernie, how you doing, man?
Doing great, guys. What about you guys? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. We're both doing great. Great night of fights last night. Did you get to catch the fights and everything else?
Yeah, there's some crazy fights.
Yeah,
Crazy fight. I thought Gilbert took that.
I know it was really close. That third round was just like I don't know who got it, and I'm sure. What you think about the bantamweight fight? Two fighters maybe you'll see in the future sometime.
Man, I honestly, I don't think it was a robbery. I get it. Sterling clearly won 2-3. Jan clearly 2-4. The first one was, there wasn't really any action. It was kind of, whatever. It could have gone either way, really. But I think I was really impressed by Sterling. Really, I was really impressed by him.
That was impressive. That was.
Yeah, so while watching those fights last night, just seeing the crowd and everything, were you just like, wow, I'm going to be fighting with a crowd like that? I'm going to be in that environment in a couple of weeks. Did you think of yourself a little bit?
Yeah, man, started feeling a little closer, and it feels for real now. I saw the crowd was really loud, so super just excited, man. Just excited to get in there and get it done. But yeah, definitely excited. I'm not at the Apex again.
Yeah, that's definitely the crowd makes it way better. And also, how excited are you for the UFC 274 pay-per-view? It's your UFC debut. It's a debut, sorry. It's a stat card. Can it get any better?
It really can't, man. Like even before they put me on that card, I knew that the main event might have been Charles uh, and Justin, and I was looking forward for that fight a lot. It's such a great matchup, so I was already looking forward for that fight anyway. So the fact that they put me in there, uh, even better.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll be one of the first fights of the night, so I just go back, regather, and come back and enjoy the night of fights.
you started off with a bang. You started off with a bang. I'm sure it's gonna
Yeah.
end with a bang with Oliveira Gaethje, and you're probably gonna be around all these fighters and everything else. And speaking of this fight, everything else, how's training camp been so far? You're at Fortis MMA, right?
Yeah, up in Dallas. Been great, man. I'm already used to camp and having to go through, 6, 8 week camps. So everything's going great. I'm still 4 weeks out.
Yeah.
So, already kind of starting to cut weight and all that. But other than that, everything's going great.
Yeah, and speaking of like great training camp and everything else, I saw on your Instagram a couple weeks ago you said 7 weeks away. I feel so much better and stronger than ever before. And now it's a couple weeks later. So do you even feel stronger than before that, like before a couple weeks ago? And like, are you even feeling much better now, like 4 weeks out? Like, how's all that?
Yes, man. I feel even so much better than I did when I posted that 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just, coming into my prime. I think I've just kind of, started finding my groove and my rhythm, and I think everything's coming together at this point of my life. So, I've been noticing, extremely big differences in my training, and I can't wait to show it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, and so let's get a little bit more into the fight. So you're fighting Journey Newson on May 7th. Based on everything you've seen from him so far, how do you feel like you match up with him?
I feel like I match up great against anybody they put me against. The guy's tough. He has a black belt. He has some heavy hands. So I'm just really excited for myself to kind of just test myself against, a guy that good. He has a big knockout in the UFC. It's his third fight in the UFC. He has more experience than me inside the UFC cage. So I'm just excited, but I think I match up really well. He likes to box. He doesn't really like to wrestle. So that's fine with me. If he wants to try to take me down, I'm fine with that too. I'm comfortable everywhere, and I think I match up great against him. Really, I don't think he's better than me anywhere this fight takes place.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And also, we always ask this based on everything you just said. But how do you see yourself getting the win on May 7th? Do you think it's going to be another knockout finish like you had on the Contender Series?
Um, you know what? I'm not gonna go crazy looking for it. That's just my style how I fight. I throw the jab out there, jab, 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 and if it's there, I'm gonna take the chances and the opportunities to try to finish the fight. But if it's not, I'm gonna stay patient. And of course, if we see the third round, yeah, I'll take more chances there. But um, I see if I win, I think it'll be a TKO.
Yeah, and like you see, like fighters saying like they'll wait for the moment, everything else, stay patient. Do you just like kind of feel like if you stay patient, that opportunity is gonna come, you'll land your shot? Like you think 15 minutes, he's not gonna be able to avoid that and everything else?
No. I think I'm gonna keep a lot of pressure on him, and stick my jab in his face for 15 minutes, and eventually he's gonna give me something, or he's gonna make a mistake, and then that's where I'll make him pay.
Yeah, and he's a guy, he's on a 2-fight El streak now, and we see in the UFC and everything else that when you hit 3, it starts to get talked about, getting cut and everything else. So, do you feel like he's gonna be more motivated than ever because
Of
he
course,
knows this is it? Like, you think
yeah,
you're
of
expecting
course,
that?
of course. It's his last fight on his contract, and he's coming with everything he has. Because I mean, he has to. He just doesn't have to win, because even if he wins a decision, he might not get re-signed. He's gonna have to win in a big way. So I'm expecting him to take a lot of chances to go for that big knockout. Um, I guess officially he's coming off 2 losses, but I mean, one of those losses was one of a knockout win that got overturned for what, weed, because he happened to have fight in Texas that one time,
Yes.
which is even legal now. So it's kind of nonsense, and I do hear that a lot. Like, oh, he's coming off 2 losses, but I mean, like, one of them was the best knockout of his career, and against a really tough guy. And he looked really great that fight. He finished in less than 2 minutes in the UFC. It was big. It was in Texas. It was a big arena. Good opponent, and he knocked him out like nothing. So that's what really I'm looking at. I'm looking at that fight as a win for sure.
Yeah, I mean, based on what you're hearing from you now, you think he's going to put on a good performance. What do you? I mean, do you think we're going to see like a 3 round
Has
war and 50,
um
50 G's later?
yeah, for sure. For sure it's gonna be a war, because he's gonna be looking for the knockout. I don't think he's gonna be chill. I don't think he's looking for a decision, because even if he wins a super dominant decision, I don't think that's gonna get him resigned. How that the way things are looking in the bantamweight division now. Got a bunch of great bantamweights coming up. We got the contender right around the corner. So that a decision victory is not going to get him a new contract. He's going to have to look for that right hand, and he's going to have to look for a big knockout. So of course, I'm ready for that, and I'll counter him every time he throws it, and it's going to be a war, like you said.
Yeah, it's crazy how great this bantamweight division is. Like last night, great fights. You see how deep this division is. And speaking of you and everything else, can't wait for this fight. You go out there, you get your hand raised May 7th. What do you feel like about a summer fight, summer card, and everything else? Because Dana said last night they're going back to Texas, and we know you're close.
Yeah.
So would you be
Everything's
interested in something like that?
I 100% want to fight in the summer, no matter what. I want to take maybe a week off after this fight, and I want to be ready to go by June, July. 100%. Yeah. He mentioned Austin yesterday.
Yes, Austin
There's rumors about Dallas July 30th, but I saw he did mention Austin yesterday. I mean, man, fighting in Texas would be, of course, a dream.
Yeah.
And I'll be ready to go. I'll be ready to go by the summer for sure. I kind of want to fight. I want to fight 2 more times after this one. So, they didn't schedule me. I've been ready to go since like February. They didn't schedule me until May, so it kind of backed me up a little bit. But I'm ready to go June, July, and then at the end of the year.
Can't wait, man.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to your fight, man. And so I just got one last thing here. This is more of a personal question, but what do you like to do on your time off? You like to go to the beach? You like to hang out with family? Like to play video games? I want to know more about you. What do you like to do when you're not training and not in fight mode?
Man, it's gonna sound super cliche, but the last like 2, 3 years of my life, like I've had no life. It's been all training, like literally all training. I knew I had a small window to make the UFC. I was, I'm already 29. I knew I had a small window. If I got older, it gets harder. And all my teammates had big fights in the UFC, and I just had to go all out to try to make it in the last 2 years. So that's been my life, really, like just training. I had, helping Miles Johns train for his fights. I was part of his camp, part of Steven Peterson's camp, of Damon Jackson's camp, Boston Lingo's camp. So, sorry to give you a cliche answer, but I mean that's all I've been doing.
All right, well, I got another question.
I do watch. I mean, it sucks that there's no football in the summer. I do like football. I watch football during that time, but I mean, the summer we got no beaches here in Dallas or near Texas. I have to go to Houston or something like that. But I like to stay here in Dallas, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So say I got another question. Ready? So say you weren't a UFC fighter. Say what would you do outside of the UFC? And when you're doing whatever you're gonna say, what are your hobbies gonna be? What do you like to do? What did you like to do before all this training?
I do like to travel. So, me and my girlfriend do like to travel. We love going to Mexico and hit the beaches there,
Yep.
Cancun, Cabos, and we do like to travel. So we haven't been able to travel a lot because, this whole fiasco of training and finally being in the UFC. So we're definitely planning a trip already. As soon as after my fight, that same week, we're gonna go to Cabo and enjoy a week there. But yeah, I mean, traveling, I guess, really just hang out with my girlfriend all the time. We just pretty chill, nothing crazy really. I mean, we're in Dallas, and it's all Coach Safe has us under a small leash, really. So yeah, I mean, just travel, I guess, chill with my girl, really meet friends, nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, all that hard work paid off. Like you training hard these last couple of years, and now look at you. You're making your UFC.
That's what, yeah, man. I was just that's why I was so happy because I had been just going at it for 2 years, and if I wouldn't have gotten signed, it would have been all for nothing. So now that I'm in, I was just so relieved. Almost like I'm fighting like with a lot less pressure on me. Yeah. My last fights, I fought like with so much pressure, just thinking like all this time that I've been training and it's been like the last 10 years of I had all my eggs on this one basket, and if I wouldn't have made it, it would have been just, it would have sucked.
You are though. Bruce Buffer is going to be saying your name in a couple weeks.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. That's gonna be crazy.
An interview by Joe Rogan, like I'm sure you're excited for that.
You're gonna get it. You're on the big stage now.
Yeah, man, we're 27 days away already, and it's flying by. It's going by so fast.
Yep, can't wait, man. I really can't. Thank you for coming on. It's great speaking with you all the time. If you want to thank any sponsors, shout out any social media, floor is yours.
No, man, really, everybody really kind of knows where to find me. Find me at Team F Garcia on Instagram. Really, that's all I have. Twitter, same thing, and I mean, just my team Fortis. Really, I think I'm every chance I get in person. So I don't gotta just shout them out. They know who they are. But I mean, thanks for having me, guys. I mean, it's been great. You guys can hit me up anytime. I'll make time for you guys whenever.
Thanks for coming on. It was really great speaking to you. Nice meeting you. And yeah, good luck for the fight. We will be tuned in. Can't wait.
After you get that win, May 7th, best believe you're going to be back on here.
Whatever you guys want, bro. Send me up. I got you guys.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Have a great day,
Thanks
man.
a lot, bro.